law enforcement officers are responsible for conducting traffic stops when they have reasonable suspicion of a traffic violation or a criminal violation. Being stopped by a law enforcement officer can be a stressful experience for the driver and the officer. Knowing what to do during the stop will help ensure your safety and the safety of others. Patrol vehicles come in various makes and models, paint colors, and color combinations. The department's decals also come in a variety of patterns and colors. There is not a singular description to describe all patrol vehicles. However, the department name will be visible along the vehicle. For example, the Tennessee Highway Patrol's vehicle is a color combination of black and cream with gold and black reflective stripes. The Tennessee Highway Patrol also has patrol vehicles with reflective ghost markings. Both the marked and ghost decaled vehicles are identified on the front doors by Tennessee State Trooper. If the patrol vehicle is a county or municipal law enforcement vehicle, it will identify the county sheriff's office or city police department. Patrol vehicles may also be unmarked, which means there are no department decals visible on the vehicle. How a law enforcement vehicle will act when stopping a person. Under Tennessee Law 55-8-108, emergency patrol vehicles operating in Tennessee must either utilize all blue lights or a combination of blue, white, or red lights during a traffic stop or in emergency operations. A patrol vehicle will not have an amber light facing forward and will not be all red or all white. Again, blue lights must be included in the emergency lighting combination. When a law enforcement officer is conducting a traffic stop, the officer is trained to turn on all emergency lights. The officer may utilize a spotlight if the traffic stop occurs at dawn, dusk, or nighttime hours. Spotlights are typically mounted to the left of the patrol vehicle's windshield. How can a person being stopped verify that a law enforcement officer operates the vehicle? When conducting the stop, the vehicle may be unmarked and the officer may not be in a uniform. Therefore, if you cannot determine if the officer or patrol vehicle pulling you over is an actual law enforcement official, please feel welcome to dial or call 911. Then tell the dispatcher who you are and where you are located and ask if they have an officer attempting to pull you over at that location. Officers are trained to provide dispatch with vehicle descriptions, license tag information, and the location of the traffic stop. To confirm if a Tennessee State Trooper, for example, is pulling you over, dial 911 or star 847. Star 847 stands for Star THP. As you're talking with a law enforcement officer, if they are not in uniform, you may ask to see the officer's credentials if they do not present them to you. How can a person proceed if the person wants to travel to a safer location for the traffic stop? If you're being pulled over by a law enforcement officer and you're not comfortable with the location of the traffic stop, again, you can dial 911 or star 847 and inform the dispatcher that an officer is attempting to pull you over. Let the dispatcher know that you're pulling over into a safe location. As you do this, simply slow down, then use your turn signal and pull to the side of the roadway as soon as it is safe for you to do so. We understand that you may wish to pull off the roadway into a parking lot or a highly visible area. If the traffic stop occurs during the night, pull into a well-lit area. We want to eliminate as much of the anxiety that you may experience during a traffic stop. Don't be alarmed if the officer takes a moment to approach your vehicle. The officer is either calling in the traffic stop to dispatch, watching approaching traffic, or visually observing the traffic stop. The officer may approach either side of the vehicle. When the officer approaches the vehicle, remember to lower the corresponding window so that you and the officer can better communicate. Let the officer know if you have a weapon in the vehicle upon first contact. and please remain seated with your hands visible. If the traffic stop takes place at night, you may even turn on your vehicle's interior lights. As the officer introduces him or herself, they will explain why you were stopped and may ask questions about your trip. The officer will ask for your driver's license, proof of insurance, and vehicle registration. If the documents are out of your reach, tell the officer where they are and wait for the officer's acknowledgement before reaching to retrieve the documents. If there are any occupants in your vehicle, they should also keep their hands visible and should also await any possible requests or instructions to come from the officer. The officer may ask you or your passenger or passengers to exit the vehicle. Again, please keep your hands visible. Exit the vehicle and stand in a location as directed by the officer. In conclusion, the officer may issue a warning or traffic citation, which may include a fine or an arrest. The officer will typically explain whatever action is being taken. If they do not, you may ask them to do so. If you have questions, respectfully ask the officer to clarify. If you disagree with the officer's decision or course of action, do not prolong the contact by disputing it with the officer. By prolonging the traffic stop, it puts you and the officer at risk for injury by passing traffic. You may seek to contest the decision in court through established legal channels. Your acceptance or signature on the traffic stop is not an admission of guilt. However, the refusal to sign a traffic stop may result in your arrest. If you believe the officer acted inappropriately or have questions regarding their conduct, you may request to speak to a supervisor. This is best done as soon as possible after the stop. Following these procedures can help make a traffic stop a safe experience for all parties involved.